Hey guys, welcome back. Today we are doing new makeup releases. Are they going on the wish list? Yes, last week I said I was going to do them every other week, but the amount of new releases that have come out this week is crazy, and I'm pretty sure I need most of them. So we have lots of things to talk about. Before we get started into those, my spring giveaway is going on. So if you haven't checked that out and got entered into it, be sure that you do. I'll put a link up in the iCards and down below in the description box. And you just need to be subscribed and then follow that link in the description box to get entered into it. If you are wondering what is on my eyes today, I've got on the Picante palette by Carity. I got this in my February Boxy Something box. BoxyCharm or Boxy Premium? I can't remember. I've been trying some of my BoxyCharm palettes that I've gotten. Not a big fan of the ones I got this month. If anyone's okay, but this one is pretty and I feel like it's really easy to work with and it's got really good pigment to it. So that is what I have on my eyes. So before I get into new releases, I have got to show you this Instagram account that I found. Oh my gosh, it is gorgeous. I thought this was a new makeup release. So I'm like clicking on it and I'm like, I don't think that's a new makeup release. So I went to her page. Her page is Doodles by the Bunny, and I will link her down below, but she creates these beautiful pictures of palettes that she dreams up. So I'm going to put, this is the one that caught my eye, the Urban Decay Black Currant and the Urban Decay Watermelon. I would totally buy those. These brands need to collaborate with her because she has got it going on. I found this one that she created for ABH, but her like curation of colors is so on point. I think she only has like 50,000 followers, which I know is a lot, but with her artistry, I really don't feel like that's a lot. But you should definitely check her out and see some of the things that she's come up with. It looks like she started, I need to turn my volume off. It looks like she started by drawing things that were already in existence, and now she comes up with her own things. Maybe I'll take one of her palettes and create it from my single shadows. That would be so fun. If you guys go to her Instagram account and check her out and you see one that you want me to create for my single shadows, then put it in the comments here or tag me on the picture of her account and let me know which one you want me to create, because that sounds really fun, and her palettes are flippin' beautiful. Okay, now let's get into real new makeup releases. And the very first one I want to talk about is one that I've already purchased. Boy, I am going to be in trouble in March because I've made 1, 2, 3 purchases in March. I made a 4th on Thursday. So first, let's talk about the thing I purchased the second it went live, and it is the Luxie Beauty Bloom Spring Collection. So this launched last Friday at 12 p.m. That is the time that I was on the website. The only one, the bundles sold out like super fast, so I had to purchase each of them individually, which was the same price, but hybrid was sold out. So that's the only one I didn't get, but I ended up popping in another. Oh, I got one from the Ice Cream Social one instead to give that one a try and see what those are like. She started shipping stuff this last Friday that just passed. So it went live the Friday before. It started shipping this Friday that just passed. So hopefully this week I'll be getting it, but the day I get it, I'll probably film with it. Oh, I mean, oh my goodness. Like, it's just so beautiful. I have been waiting so long for a new collection to come out from Luxie. You guys know I love their shadows. To me, this is a beautiful collection. I love those pinky corals and then the colors kind of to deepen it up. I definitely don't have a shade like that Midnight Violet, and their shimmer shades are gorgeous. I wasn't going to purchase all the shimmer shades, but if you spent $50, it was free shipping, so it made sense for me to just pop the rest of them in my cart in terms of shipping costs. But that will be coming soon, and I'm so excited. Oh, so the next thing are these new sponges. So my only issue with this is, so I have the original one that came out, and I love the consistency of it and the formulation of it. The size of it is just too small. So if these are the same size as that one that came out originally, then I would not like these at all. The smaller a sponge gets when you're trying to use it on your face, the more likely you are going to be to have imprint marks of where you're using the sponge. So while it's good for under the eyes, I Since I first tried it out at the beginning of January, I haven't picked it up again. I've gone back to my beauty blender. So I would want to see these compared to the original one they had. If these are bigger than the original one they had, then I would definitely purchase them because I thought that consistency of the sponge was great for applying makeup. You can get the whole set for $20, so that's way cheaper than a beauty blender. But if it's the same size as the original, then it's going to be too small for me. The next thing, which I would normally not talk about, is from Fenty Beauty. Creamy, sheer, and buildable shades of blush and bronzers. So this is a whole new collection. A lot of people are really excited about this, and I'm kind of like, it's bronzers and blushes. But if this is the same formula as the matchstick, so I got this chili mango matchstick in my Fenty BoxyCharm box, and this formula is so incredibly beautiful. And the only thing I was thinking while I was using it is I really wish this came in a blush pan, because when I'm trying to pick it up with a brush, it's just kind of hard to get it evenly applied to a brush when it's in this little small thing right here. And I wouldn't just like draw it onto my cheeks. I would use a brush for it. So if those are the same kind of formula as this, where they go on creamy, they dry down, look really beautiful, and stay on for a long time, then I think that is a really good release. The bronzers, I don't really get any kind of attachment to, and sometimes when people talk about how it's like their favorite bronzer, I don't know. I think a lot of bronzers give the same effect after you apply them. But those blushes are beautiful. There's like an orangey one and a yellowy orange marigold kind of color. And I love interesting colors of blushes. So I will definitely be keeping an eye out for those. Sigma has got a new palette out. It is called Cora de Rosa. And when I look at this palette, I just don't see a lot of inspiration to it. I feel like a lot of the shades are kind of similar. They remind me a bit of the Morphe neutral palettes that keep coming out. I just don't have a lot to say about it, except it's not on the wish list and it looks pretty boring to me. Makeup Maniac Cosmetics is coming out with Pastel Treats palette. This palette looks really pretty. The swatches look really pretty. I wish instead of that neutral shade, there was some other pastel-y shade in there. Maybe a more corally shade. I am not picking this up, but I'm on a pastel crazy train right now, so we're going to be talking more about pastels in this video. So I'm not picking this one up because I have other ones that I want to pick up. I just recently in my Instagram stories had a pastel look that I did using my Blue Moon palettes, because I'm kind of trying to see what pastel shades I already own as I'm looking towards what pastel palettes I want to pick up. So in that one, I think I used these four. I used these four palettes from ColourPop. So the Strawberry, the Mint, the Blue Moon, and the Honey palette. And I got a really pretty pastel look from that. But I know that as these pastel palettes are coming out, that I'm going to want them all. So I need to be ready with and know what I already own. So the next one that I do want to pick up and is on the wish list is Terra Moon Cosmetics is coming out with a pastel bundle. And Terra Moon Cosmetics is a brand that I want to try. Look how beautiful this is. 6 new matte shades, and it looks like Libra, the pastel purple, has already been in stock. We don't have an exact date of when it's going to be released, and mattes are like my favorite thing of life. So yeah, that's on the wish list. I'm going to be keeping an eye out for when those release, because I will possibly be picking them up. The last pastel palette collection eyeshadows that I want to talk about are from Menagerie Cosmetics. So they showed this pastel pup palette that is coming, and Menagerie Cosmetics is on my brands I want to try wish list for the second year in a row. Nothing was released last year that quite caught my eye that I felt was unique enough to my collection to purchase, but I am wanting to get something pastel, and here they are coming out with a pastel palette. So we don't know what the inside looks like yet. I've been checking nonstop to see if they have shown what the colors are going to be, and as of now, this is Thursday. They haven't. If they have, By the time I'm done editing this video, I'll put it in right here, but right now they haven't. But something else exciting with Menagerie Cosmetics is they've started a palette builder on their website, similar to what Lethal Cosmetics has. So here's a little picture of what theirs looks like. But they have also been putting their palette shades in their single collection. So maybe if the maybe if the pastel pup palette is not something that I want altogether, or half of it is more neutral, then I'll build my own palette with shades that I've liked from other palettes and get some pastels there and be able to try Menagerie Cosmetics. So I'm just patiently waiting over here to see what that color story is. But based on the cover and based on their past palette, my guess is it is going to be true to a pastel, colorful palette. So we will see. Dose of Colors has also got some new sponges out. Seamless Beauty Sponge family. So I believe the smallest one on there is the original one, and now they've got some bigger ones. So Samantha March, who inspires these videos, I forgot to mention that at the beginning, was talking about how this is like her favorite sponge ever. But now I probably should test it out to see what my thoughts are on it, because I love to figure out like what my favorite beauty sponges are. Right now it's still the Beauty Blender. I went to Ulta to see if they had the original one so I could see what it was like and what the size was. And they don't have the sponge at Ulta, but they might have it on Ulta online. So I may end up picking that up when they have a 20% off coupon to try that sponge out. And it is $18, so it's a little bit cheaper than the Beauty Blender as well. So Give Me Glow Cosmetics, we talked about this last week. And the only reason I'm bringing it up again is, first of all, like, they showed this and they were like, oh, here's another sneak peek. Like, this is not another sneak peek, okay? This is the inside of the palette, and it doesn't give us any information on what the palette's going to look like. But they have shown 2 highlighters that are going to be coming out with the summer collection. We've got California Dreaming, and it is so beautiful. So if I end up getting that spicy summer whatever palette with the peppers, then I may pick this up too. I haven't gotten a new highlighter in a long time, and it takes a lot for me to want to get a highlighter because I feel like after a while, I don't know, I feel like I get the same kind of look from a lot of them. But this one is looking really pretty. But I would only pick up the highlighter if I ended up getting the palette. I think we did find out though that the collection's going to release in April, coming early April, extra spicy 9-piece palette. So we will know what that looks like soon. One more thing on the wish list. You guys, this is a bad week. So this week I have purchased the Looksy Beauty collection. Thursday, I purchased the Lunar Sky colorful monochromatic palettes that I showed you guys last week. I got all 4 of those. Video is going to be coming up of that soon. I'm going to end up having, like, all of April is going to be reviewing eyeshadow palettes. Why is everyone releasing such beautiful things right now? You're killing me. Moving on, Glaminatrix Cosmetics has released some Easter Pastel Gold Duochrome collection. I saw Amy Loves Makeup use these and they look beautiful, but they all do have that gold shift to it, which I'm not a super fan of. I would not have picked these up, but I'll tell you what else. You guys have been hearing me talk about a palette I ordered in December that I still have not received yet. And it is from Glaminatrix Cosmetics. It is the Sandra Rose palette. I spent all 2019 trying to decide if I wanted to spend the money because it was a more expensive palette and shipping was pretty expensive to get it here. And I decided that I did want to get it. If I spent that long wanting it, I'm going to go ahead and get it. Well, I still don't have it. It is actually still in Australia. I know they were still creating the palettes. I know that it takes longer to get here from Australia. But on the same token, people ordered these at the end of February and they already have them. And I get that, you know, they've got to get their new releases out. And I had contacted them a few times. And I've got to think about if I'm going to order from them again. And obviously I haven't even tried the formula. So I've got to try the formula and I'm hoping it will get here and be so phenomenally amazing that I'll forget about the shipping. Obviously, there's bigger things in life that we have to worry about besides an eyeshadow palette. I just, like, that was a lot of money for me to purchase that. And I would like my palette. You know what I mean? That was a long explanation as to why I'm not getting those. I wouldn't have picked them up anyway because I'm not a fan of the gold shifting duochromes. I like color shifting ones, you know. Ooh, Davina is coming out with a new collection, the Candy Cakes collection. So can you come out with some more mattes, please, Davina? Because I love your mattes and your shimmers are amazing, but I really want some more mattes from Davina. I've been watching and watching. I'm not picking up this one. While I'm sure these are beautiful, these are not the colors that I'm leaning toward right now. They just don't have a lot of oomph to them, in my opinion. Davina's shadows are amazing though, so if you like these colors, I don't think you could go wrong with this. I'm just waiting for your new matte collection to come out, so whenever you want to drop that, I'm here for it. Stila is coming out with some new double dip suede shades and glitter glow eye shadows, and they link together magnetically so they can come apart and be the original size of those glitter and glow shadows, or they magnet together. You know what I mean. None of these are on my wish list. They are $24, I think, a piece. That actually is not a bad price for both of them for Stila. Although I am not a fan of liquid matte eyeshadows. I feel like they crease easily. The pigment payoff is not always as good. If these come into Ulta, I'll check them out and see what they're like, but I'm not purchasing any. I have enough glittery liquid eyeshadows in my collection that I don't ever need one ever again, and I don't use them. I always reach for my pressed eyeshadows. I don't ever reach for my liquid eyeshadows, so it would be a silly purchase for me to make. I mean, they look really pretty. I just don't know about the quality, and I don't need them in my collection. All right, ColourPop has released a few new things. The first one is the Mulan Luxe Lip Trio. Okay, I feel like this was a total missed opportunity with an eyeshadow palette. Oh my gosh, like a red, sultry kind of eyeshadow palette. Man, I don't need any of those lip products, but I feel like an eyeshadow, like a 9-pan eyeshadow palette could have been really pretty. The other thing they revealed this week is their Making Mauves collection. And you've got 2 blushes, an eyeshadow palette, and then some other lip and eye things in there. This was almost a missed opportunity with a mauve palette too. Like, we don't need any kind of brown neutral shades in a mauve palette, because if we're buying the mauve palette, we already own brown neutral shades. In my opinion, I feel like this could have had a lot more pink and purple tone to it to give it more of a mauve feel. This is not on my wish list, and honestly, if it were more mauve, it wouldn't be on my wish list either. I'm waiting for the next monochromatic color palette to come out. And I was looking at this and I'm like, when I was doing my pastel eye look, and I'm like, I really need like that lilac one because I feel like I'm missing a color in my rainbow here. And it's purple. And I need that lilac one probably. But they're really coming out with a lot more neutral things lately with these 9-pan palettes, which there is definitely a market for that. So at least they're 9-pan palettes and not 39-pan palettes, I guess. Definitely need to talk about this. This is Samantha March's new collab with OFRA Cosmetics. Oh my gosh, y'all, her video, she did a live video talking about it, and she is so sweet and so kind and so humble. It was so refreshing to watch her excitement about this collaboration. Definitely a well-deserved collaboration for her. So she's got a split pan highlighter that she had with her original collab, is now going to be a permanent item in the collection. A bronzer duo and a cheek duo. And then she's got a lip duo. Well, that is a dark liquid lipstick. Mocha Nude Mauve. I'm not picking any of these up. I may down the road end up getting the blush or the bronzer. I don't need the highlighter, and the lip is a little too dark for me. I think the bronzer and the cheek one is really pretty. I'm not picking them up right now because they're not something that I need in my collection right now. And I already have like 10 things I'm buying in March, so I can't buy this in March. I wish I could buy it just to support her because I think she deserves it and I think it's a beautiful collection. But I cannot right now do that. Such a beautiful collaboration. Congratulations, Samantha. So proud of you and so happy for you. Next, we have got, a petite palette from Viseart. I think this is the first palette from Viseart that I've ever looked at and thought, That is really pretty. I feel like they normally come out with things that are a little bit boring for me. This one is only $30, and usually the Viseart ones are so expensive. If I were ever going to try something from Viseart, it would be this palette. I am not picking it up though. Now that I'm looking at those mattes though, I'm like, those are, like that orangey coral one is so pretty, and that yellow one and the pink one. But I'm not going to pick it up. It would be the palette I would try from Viseart. They are not on my brands I want to try this year. If they were, maybe I would pick it up. All right, next. This might be the only thing this week that I don't want. Sparrow Cosmetics is releasing the One Ring to Find Them palette. It released on Friday. For me, it is too dark and deep, but it does suit what the palette is. They do the palettes. They also, I think they had just the ring or One Ring palette. So they kind of do those, what is that? Lord of the Rings theme palette. So Hobbit is a name. Radagast is that, okay, I haven't watched The Lord of the Rings in a long time, so I don't know. This one's just too dark and deep for me, and there's not enough mattes in that palette for me to pick it up. Well, there's like 2 mattes. I need way more mattes than that in a palette. Actually, it kind of reminds me a little bit of the Alma palette from Amy Hearts Beauty with Amy Loves Makeup, doesn't it? Just a little bit. That is not on the wish list. Oh my gosh, you guys. These are on the wish list. So Fresh Beauty has got some new of their little balms out. I have it's their original one, but it's like, or maybe it's caramel. I don't know. It tastes like you're putting candy on your lips. So they've got 3 new ones: blood orange, lime mint, and watermelon. How delicious do all 3 of those sound? Oh my gosh. The lime mint one looks a little like barf, but I would totally still put it on my lips. That watermelon one is top on my wish list. They are $18. I may end up picking one up at the Sephora VIB sale in April. I don't need another balm like ever in my life, but how great would it be to be putting that watermelon on balm on your lips in the summer? So refreshing. And the lime mint, like you're having a margarita every day. Oh man. All right, let's talk about packaging that will make me not buy a product. A big, huge bunny. This, like what? Where am I going to store that in my makeup collection? So it's like a 3D palette, right? So it's a bunny rabbit. And I think it has 8 or 10 shades in them. They are $8 each. 8 shades. There is a licorice, which is the black, fluffy, which is the white, stardust, which is the gold, and blossom, which is the pink one. This is something that I would buy for my daughters, I think. And maybe that's what it's intended for. It's in like, it's a little chocolate bunny kind of packaging. So it's cute, it's affordable, but it's a little unrealistic and not picking them up. Like at this point, if my daughters are getting eyeshadow palettes, they're getting the ones that I don't want anymore in my collection, because I definitely need to do some decluttering. You can see my big, huge mess here. I'm trying, but it's not working. It's not working very well. That is all the new makeup releases I want to talk about this week. I do real briefly want to share what things I'm going to be picking up in the Ulta 21 Days of Beauty sale. I definitely thought a skincare one was coming up. I thought there was always skincare during March and April, but this is 21 Days of Beauty. So fortunately, there are not that many things that I want to pick up from here, but there are just a few that really popped out at me. So this week coming up, it starts March 15th and it goes for 3 weeks. March 20th, the Bad Gal Bang mascara is half price. I love that mascara. It is so good. I am going to pick up a backup. No, I don't need a backup of any mascara ever. What am I not picking up? You know what I really want? The Elmis. If you guys have heard me talk about the Elmis Marine Cream, the smell of that, like there is nothing like a good smelling moisturizer, but half price, it's $45. I'm not picking it up. That is just unreasonable. But I may pick up the Estee Lauder Day Wear is my second favorite smelling moisturizer ever. It's got that cucumber smell. So I may pick that up because half price is $17. So that is circled on here. I'm thinking about it. That's all I'm picking up from week 1. There's some other things I thought about. I do not need them though. So I am not going to pick them up. The second week, there is nothing I'm picking up. I am so good. So good. I can't pick anything up because I'm buying too many eyeshadows this month. The third week, I am probably going to pick up the Gimme Brow is going to be half price at $12 on April 4th. And I don't think I have any backup of a colored brow gel. So I do think I'm going to pick that up. And that is my favorite brow gel. I love the little size of the brush. So I'm going to pick that one up. That is all I'm picking up. So I don't need to pick anything up because I have like backups of my backups. But if I were going to recommend some other things that are in here, so the only brow pencil is going to be on March 15th, and that's the ABH Brow Wiz. So if you need a backup of your Brow Wiz, that is going to be on sale. If you like the Shape Tape Concealer, it is going to be half price on the 21st. It's not my preference. Y'all, we just do not need this stuff, okay? Oh, the Too Faced bronzers are going to be on sale March 22nd. I like those. I don't need a bronzer, so I'm not picking it up, but I do like that bronzer. There is really not a lot in here. The third week, Urban Decay lipsticks and Too Faced Melted Matte lipsticks are 30% off, and I do like those are some of my favorite lip products, but I'm not picking any up because, let's be honest. April 4th, Peach and Lily Glass Skin Redefining Serum. If I didn't have as many serums as I do from BoxyCharm boxes, I would pick that up. I probably just wouldn't get to it for like 3 years, so I'm not picking that up. All right, the other thing I wanted to share with you guys were the Ulta Beauty collection things, because I do like a lot of stuff from Ulta Beauty. So the first week, their concealer is going to be $4. Love their concealer. The full coverage one is the one that I have got before, and I actually have a backup of it as well. I'm not picking any up. Their brushes, all of their brushes that are $10 to $20 are going to be $8 the second week. So that starts on March 22nd. I have a ton of their brushes. Their face brushes are like the softest, most beautiful brushes. I love them. And they're $20 usually. They're going to be $8. And then the last one, their brows. I haven't tried their mascaras or setting sprays. They're all going to be $5, but the brow products from Ulta I do enjoy. So that is going to be the third week. So those are a couple other things. If you are out and about and you need a backup of any of those things, those are the things that I would recommend. But I think I'm only picking up 3 things for the sale, so I'm doing pretty good. That video was jam-packed of lots of things that I'm going to be spending my money on. So what am I getting? I got the Luxie Beauty ones. I got the Lunar Sky collection. I'm probably going to pick up the Terra Moon Cosmetics pastels and the Pastel Pup from Menagerie Cosmetics. And there was a lot more stuff that I want, but I'm not quite picking it up yet. Maybe trying out that Dose of Color sponge, and of course I've got my eye on that Give Me Glow Cosmetics palette. So that is everything. Thank you guys so much for joining me. I would love to know what you're picking up from the Ulta sale or from new releases this week. And I will see you on Tuesday for a St. Patrick's Day inspired build your own palette and look from my single collections. Super excited about that. I love playing with my single shadows. Be sure that you are subscribed and enter that giveaway, and I will see you guys later. Bye.